Hello, here's Gudrun. The spiritual world provides us a lot of advice. Yeah? We have those slogans like no attachments, no expectations. Yeah, but actually, I don't know anybody who who doesn't have any expectations or attachments, because we are still here in our human body, in our human being, and we are not enlightened or beings or ascended masters like out of this world. And as long we have this body, we have attachments and expectations, because we all need to breathe. Yeah, we have an attachment to the air. We all need to eat, so we have attachment to the food. We do something, some work, and we expect afterwards a benefit for this. Yeah? And it's healthy and it's normal. It's a part of our human design and human function. We can't just deny it and ignore it. So, of course, there are healthy and unhealthy attachments and expectations. The healthy expectations and attachments are to take care, for example, for your kids and family, your partner, friends. So if your child comes and it tells you, "Oh, Mama, I have pain somewhere. I don't feel well. I'm sick," you wouldn't say, "Oh, I have no attachments. I don't care." Because then you just react out of a fear. You don't want to feel the pain of your child. Yeah, you just ignore it. You ignore your own fears, your own worries, to feel good yourself. But you can't do that with your child. Yeah? Of course, you wouldn't do it. You can't do it. So of course you would care, yeah? And you would worry, and you would be attached. You would be attached on the well-being on your child. The same with your partner, with friends. Yeah, if somebody who is close to you suffers, you also suffer. You can't say you don't have any attachments to that person and his or her well-being. It's impossible. So of course you have attachments, and of course you have expectations. If you give a medicine to your child, then you have the expectation, for example, that it helps. If you give love and care, you have the expectation that it helps. Otherwise, if you have no expectation that something will be better, you will put no effort inside. So you wouldn't help anybody. Yeah, you wouldn't go the step of like healing and being there for somebody else. So of course we need attachment and we need expectations. Yeah, and when we want to block it or ignore it, then we just want to split from a certain fear, from a certain worry inside us. We don't want to face in ourselves, because it's pain. It hurts sometimes, and we don't want to have this feeling. But to split from it and to just like dig it in our subconsciousness doesn't help. It's still there, and it will hunt us. It will be in our neck all the time, yeah, and will create patterns and programs in us, what is very unhealthy. So also, when, for example, I have a partner, and the partner, like something happened between us, and I'm not sure what's going on. Like, I would like to have this partner back, but I don't know how. Yeah, so I would maybe say, okay, I have no attachment. I don't mind. We can work on it. We can heal it. But I don't mind. It can be also the other case. Like, I can also completely let go of that. This is like a rotten compromise. It's not honest in front of myself. Yeah, you don't want half things. You always want nothing or all, because all energy is wants to become like full, wants to become ecstasy. So when the energy becomes more and more and more, like to 100%, it dissolves in ecstasy. Yeah, and this is where every being and every energy is moving to. So of course, like if I want my partner back, I would do anything. I would show myself and say, okay, I'm sorry. I have the fear of showing myself to you, like wanting you, work on something, but there's a big fear that you don't want me and that you don't want that relationship. So to show you naked in front of somebody with your fears, also with your desires, is difficult. And there's the fear behind to be pushed away by the other one, to lose the other one. But then to say, okay, I don't mind, I have no attachment, is not the solution. So of course, an enlightened version, from an enlightened side, it's true that attachments and expectations keep us kind of prison here in this world. And there are also a lot of unhealthy and unconscious attachments and expectations in us that we don't reflect on ourselves and that really block us in life. And that are also not true. False expectations. So for example, if we think when I have $10 million on my account, I'm happy. Yeah, that's my expectation. But maybe I have $10 million on my account, but there are still unresolved issues and fears in my system. So there's a short time of happiness, but then I'm back in my state where I began. So the expectation often is false, and sometimes it blocks us. Because when we do something what we don't really want to do, just because we have an expectation, it maybe will not come. Yeah. So sometimes just the need for this behind this expectation is blocking us. Yeah, and it will not follow what we think. So we always need to reflect very carefully what we actually want, yeah, why we have this expectation, why we have this attachment, and feel ourselves with that. It's not about ignoring or not owning, it's about seeing what is behind, to see that this is what we are actually, this is a part of our energy system. It's about feeling it, looking behind it, embracing us with it, and also acknowledge that sometimes we can't let go, even if we want to let go, or we don't want to have a certain expectation, or we don't want to have a certain attachment, we can't let go of that, yeah, even if we want. So it's about observing and feeling it. And it's always a fight inside us, like our energy system wants that and it fights for that, yeah, to let go, for example, and we can't. And sometimes our energy system needs to fight as long as it's so tired that it just gives up. It just takes the claws away of our energy system and just sets us free, and we just let go automatically, like naturally. Yeah, it naturally happens with us. So we just can be very natural in this whole process. Observe ourselves, acknowledge us with everything what we have, and let it be and let it resolve and transform by feeling it on their own. And not force anything. Yeah, it's very forced to say, I don't want to have expectations or attachments. It's like raping yourself. You really need to be very careful with this concept. So we are not ascended masters yet. Yeah, from a certain view, it's true. It's the truth. Yeah, definitely. But we are not there with our consciousness, and we need to be honest with ourselves. I give shamanic and tantric teachings. If you want a session, my link is below. Also, I give shamanic and tantric trainings. So it's always one-to-one and very individual. If you're interested, you can consult me with this. So I wish you a lot of healing, I wish you love, I wish you blessings and happiness.